Hey everyone, Rascally here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're covering the Teen Titans movie, The Judas Contract.
Now this is a sequel to Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Which was a clickbait title.
Yes. But this one shows the latest missions of the Teen Titans. More specifically, it focuses on the infamous Terra betrayal arc that most fans know from the 2003 series.
Yes, only done more maturely. Before we start though, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and little pause videos.
And be sure to be free. Okay, hi loves. Feel free to share. We appreciate
It's a tongue twister. It's just a tongue twister.
Darling. So, yes, this movie, we had seen ads for it, and we knew it was going to be dark, but we didn't know it was going to be dark.
Yes, because when they were making these DC Anime Universe movie universe, might as well say, they wanted to go even darker than the animated series, which always had mature subject matter, but was still for all ages. But here, they were less about having more mature subject matter and just wanted to be graphic and violent as possible, and they assume that's how they get the adults and the teens to watch it, for the ones who love that type of content. Here's the thing though, this arc was kind of done in Teen Titans already, but the thing was Teen Titans handled it very well, where you could figure out and infer what was going on behind the scenes without ever being explicit. In here, they straight up show you and tell you what's going on with Slade and Terra.
So they succeeded on the mature. They didn't succeed on those who were fans of the original show.
Right.
Wasn't pleased with this movie. The animation had been updated.
Yes.
So it looked really good, but it's in that classic DC style now. What's classic,
yes,
I should say, for the movies that came out during that period. And the Teen Titans were also made older as well.
Yes. Even from the last movie, you could tell it was a difference between the first one and the second one, how they look and how they sounded. And majority of the voice cast were teens too, or kids. The only one who really wasn't was Carrie Payton for Cyborg, when they had to throw the nod into the original.
And Greg Sipes.
Oh, of course.
How can you say? Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, he had a cameo in here too. That's right.
So for this one, it seems like it's I have to say a trope plot. All these things start going wrong. It seems like sabotage is happening. And they're like, okay, who's this dastardly villain that's doing it? People that you don't think could be able to be taken down are taken down.
Right.
Beast Boy is tricked.
Oh, yeah. And if you know the original series, you know how this is going to go. And it looks like this is a common arc to do for the Titans, because this was also done again in Young Justice. So this seems to be a big arc for people to do in this DC franchise. The thing is though, Judas Contract, while this was planned to be a movie for years and it was just shelved, it had to take on a whole new thing because the original Titans show was long over, so it no longer fit for that show. So when they brought it back, they had to do a whole nother Titans for it.
Yes. Now, one of the good things in here is the favored ship of Dick and Starfire came about with Nightwing and an adult Starfire. And do we mean adult Starfire? She takes on the persona as she did with the, I think it was the Outsiders with Red Hood.
Yeah.
And a couple other anti-heroes.
Yes.
So she's got a real, she's skipping!
And it's a running joke throughout the whole movie where it's like, oh, okay. And it's like, well, why aren't you commenting? You are showing blood and other things in here.
And also, their interactions are very mature.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, figure it out, or hint, or wink.
No, it's just that
pretty blunt.
It's just Starfire says the stuff, and she doesn't know she's not supposed to say the stuff out loud in front of other people.
But it doesn't make sense because she's an adult now. She's been on the planet a while, so the writing doesn't make sense that they have her where she still doesn't understand proper etiquette. It doesn't make sense. She's not going thee this and thee that anymore.
Right.
And you can tell she has a different adult personality, so it would stand to reason she would know not to speak this way in front of the under 18 Titans. She would know better.
Right. And it really comes about when they're training them and things slip out whenever Nightwing's around. It's sort of like, I guess the joke is, well, these, unfortunately, teenagers know half this stuff if they've been on Earth long enough. So it's like, it just keeps going farther into a direction you don't want it to go.
And now that I'm thinking of this, the way she's dressed is like Miss Sergi in Demon Slayer.
Yes.
So maybe she inspired that character's design.
Right.
Like the pink hair, and she's stupid! And everything's out and short, just like her. And she's a sweetheart, and she's a sweetheart, so without even thinking about it till now, it sounds like she's possibly the inspiration for that character.
And their whole arc with her and Nightwing is just, you think if something big's gonna happen, is just, they move in together, and that's the big thing, and we're like, what? Even Damon's kind of like, wait, yeah, you have my approval. So yes, I need an approval of a 12-year-old. So she towers over him. Why do you need approval?
Right. So it's like Hori and Kashima because she's taller than Nightwing.
Of course.
So, like in the 2003 series, Terra betrays them. She betrays Beast Boy.
Yeah.
And you learn that she is in league with Slade.
Yes.
And Slade has really been changed for this version.
Right. Because it follows like with Son of Batman and Batman vs. Robin, where you actually see Slade's face, and he had this thing against the League of Assassins. And so this whole thing with him is just a big vengeance thing on Damian now for his arc.
And here he seems to be as wealthy as Batman for some reason.
Right. It's like, okay, that's new. And with this, if you know the story, you know she's the traitor. And here's two things that are different about it. One, at least to us viewing, Terra wasn't really as likable. And the other one, yeah, she had a bit of her issues, and you knew she was a teen, but you really didn't know much about her. She's been by herself so long, she doesn't know really how to act with other people when it came to things like that, so it was more sympathetic. Here, Terra just kind of had a more condescending attitude towards everybody, and it wasn't as much of a shock or believable when it's revealed that she is a traitor. And with Slade, because she really, they keep acting like insane and describing her as where she's really kind-hearted and she mellows the team and all that. But for us, she just didn't.
That's not what was portrayed. On top of that, she always seemed to be in a struggle with being the nice persona. That's what it seems like maybe the writer wanted to portray. This is how they're seeing her, but this is how she really is, and she's trying to pretend she is, but it's not working because she really isn't, because in this version, she's not struggling with, I really like them and they accept me, but Slade's telling me to do this, and I've trusted him this long, and here it seems like, okay, I know Slade is the man, I know he's the good guy, I know I'm on his side, I gotta sit and work with these creeps and pretend I'm friends with them, and I don't want to be. And she actually says something of that nature within there, like, how long do I gotta do this? I'm tired of this. Can't we just go ahead and move forward with the plan?
And she doesn't have the change of heart until the very end, paralleling the other show, when they're about to be used as sacrifices for Brother Blood, and they really go all the way with that, and using their blood to make him immortal, like we got another Ra's al Ghul. So it just really goes hard on the maturity, and it's like it really shouldn't have a PG-13, because they had way more than PG-13 movies should have.
And also, this seemed to insult the intelligence of Slade. In the 2003 version, he was a much more menacing, effective threat. He was a true supervillain. And here, he's so dumb, he's got to work with Brother Blood to carry out this
plan and revenge scheme.
And in the 2003 version, he did it on his own. He didn't need nobody.
No.
He took care of it himself. So they really insulted him. As I said, he seems to be as wealthy as Batman now. He seems to be kind of stupid. He seems all he wants to do is get back at Nightwing and get revenge.
Damian and everything,
Which, if this is supposed to be working on the plot they had for 2003, it just overshot it and just went way past it. It doesn't line up.
Right. And my addition is that, with all the character interactions and everything, and he knows the weaknesses and all that, and you kind of see that play out in the plot towards the third act of the movie. There's this one other thing in here that also only sticks out about him, what you just said about his intellect being downgraded, is that you figured out when you were older for 2003 there was something about his thing with Terra. Can't say what it is, but you kind of figure it out when you get older. You don't really catch it as a kid, but you get older, you understood what they were inferring by the interactions that he had as the apprentice. And here it's not inferred anymore. They just blatantly show you this is what's going on, and both sides are okay with it, except he's just gonna betray her when it gets to the end. And it's the only thing that sticks out about him, and it's not a good thing, it's not a well-written thing, it's just sort of like this part of him is now in your head because of this.
Yeah, I shouldn't have remembered it toward anyone under 18. It should have had an MA rating.
Yeah.
Or an R rating. MA would have been fine.
Yeah.
So, if you have seen the Judas Contract, let us know what you think in the comments. This movie was actually a dollar store find.
Yes! Very surprised to see that, since this was a long-awaited film. So we were grateful to actually find this movie and review it for your pleasure.
Yes. And if you haven't seen it, it's available to buy probably still at the dollar store, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it really flopped when it came out for the reasons we mentioned, as well as many others that we don't have time to cover here. And you can probably find it for sale at Amazon or Walmart or Target or somewhere. Possibly, but my guess is going to be still at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Is it worth the $1 or a little over $1 to buy this if you're a real DC movie fan and you want to see it for cheap? Yes. But if you're looking to relive and nostalgia cloud your mind with the 2003 Teen Titans version of Teen Titans, you're not getting it here. You're not getting a solid story. You're not getting solid writing. You're getting great animation, but you're getting a mature audience movie. So, you be the judge.
And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mask Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.